Get to the heavy squats. We want to make sure everybody's hitting those heavy squats with a really nice neutral lower back and a nice neutral pelvis position. We're going to go over all these points in the peer coaching with a demonstration. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is just breathing and stability. So I'm going to ask Jill to go into a resting squat. So Jill, if she wants to, she can come all the way down here, and we can see, in fact, there is quite a lot of butt wink. So you can see sort of the lumbar spine here, and then her pelvis is curling under there. So one of the things we can just test right now is we talk about breathing. So if I really have her think about doing some belly breathing and really pushing her belly out, okay, naturally you can see that just by focusing on pushing her belly out, it brings her a little bit higher. She's still below parallel, but the butt wink has largely disappeared. So we'll come back up again, all right? And we'll practice a few of those. So Jill will just practice circumferential breathing in different directions. So you can see she's got one hand on her belly. Okay, now she's coming down with a lot of stability. And you see there's no butt wink there. Now she's not getting as low as she was before, okay? That's because if she really thinks about pushing her diaphragm out in all directions, really pushing her belly out, it's gonna be much, much harder for her to get low, because one of the things she was doing is she was compensating by letting her spine curl under. But when she has that big inflated belly, it's not letting her do it. So it's a sort of way to keep you honest. The other thing we can do is we can just think about depth awareness in general. So if I just have Jill go ahead and go back down to that resting squat again, all right, and we can see that we have a lot of that pelvic curl under. Now, all right, if we just have her adjust her height, okay, just going back and forth a little bit lower, really push that belly out. Can you go any lower? Really push that belly out. Okay, that's probably about as low as she can get there, which will bring me to the next point, is that Jill's very leggy. So stance adjust is going to be different for Jill. So if Jill took a narrow stance that some people do, so here's Jill with her narrow stance, okay, and we'll have her see how far she can go. You can see that actually Jill pretty much, if she has a narrow stance, pretty much can't squat at all. She's pretty much a textbook horizontal hingy squat person. So naturally Jill, because of her limb length, she has to take a wide stance anyway. So this is Jill with a sort of normal wide stance that she might do, and you can see that she can maintain just that parallel there. If she tries to go really wide, this might be, I don't know, too wide. This would be sumo. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, so that actually might be a good squat stance for her if she can keep her knees from going in, because she was able to have a good depth. Finally, we can talk ankle dorsiflexion. So just have Jill, before you step on those, okay, just do 3 regular air squats, but keep them kind of loose and resty. Good. Good. Now let's see what those same 3 look like again, this time with her heels elevated. You can see that she's achieving good depth, and back looks good. A little bit of spinal, of lumbar flexing at the end, but really not that much, and much better than if you're going to do it neutral. So take a few minutes. You don't have to do the ankle dorsiflexion with your partners, but really work on the breathing stability and learn how if you push out through your belly, it's going to prevent you from really going into deep